I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about the power of walking away. It's very important in life to understand your own worth and understand that we all have value, and to put yourself in situations where you feel valuable or you feel like things are going well, and not staying in situations that are unhealthy or draining or really bringing down your own mental health or well-being. That could be with friends, family, or partners, work, career, whatever it is. It's really important that you understand that sometimes you have to walk away, okay?
And that you always have the option of walking away. If you are a grown-up, you can always walk away.
Yeah.
Sometimes people tend to forget that they have choices.
Yeah. And I think, there's probably a lot of guilt behind that, where they feel like they can't walk away. A lot of times we feel like we have to be in a situation because of norms or people making us feel like we're obligated to do certain things.
It's what's expected of us by everyone in the culture.
Yeah. Yeah. But you don't have to stay. You can walk away, and it's empowering to do so. Especially if you feel like you're being taken advantage of.
Or if you're not being heard. If you've said something 500 times that I can't live with this, and still no one's listening, walking away will immediately get their attention.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay away, but walking away will do it.
So I think we have 5 that we're going to cover today. Okay. 5 tips or areas that you should think about. And I have a quick email to get through. Somebody sent a really nice email to me that I thought, let me share this one. Okay. They say, Craig, I went through a bad breakup about 6 weeks ago and was looking for help to make sense of it all. I found several online coaches, but none have had the impact on me that your videos have.
Cool.
It was like you were speaking a special language to me. Since watching the first of your videos, I now know how to deal with my separation anxiety.
Cool.
And most importantly, I know what to do when she backs away. And that's so important, that when people that we're dating or we're interested in or we're in a relationship with are backing away from us, that we don't continue to badger and harass and push and manipulate them, which our anxiety causes us to do.
Right.
I won't chase anyone ever again. It just has the opposite effect. Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. And this goes along with what we're saying with walking away.
Right.
You don't chase. If somebody doesn't want you in their life, you back away and let them realize what they're missing. Thank you again for this knowledge. Since my breakup, the new and improved version of myself has met a wonderful woman.
Good.
I will have a much better relationship with her due to your lessons and not fall into my past patterns of behavior. Sincerely, Brett.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that, and I'm so glad to see that you're already putting into effect what you're learning, and you found somebody else and see where it goes. But, Margaret, I think that what happens for so many people is we get so attached to somebody, we care about them so much that all we want to do is fix it.
Yeah.
But at some point, you have to walk away, because if the person thinks that they have all the power, that you're just going to tolerate everything they say and do, then why would they change anything?
Right. They have no incentive to change anything. And you hear oftentimes, well, I've said it 100 times and I get no response. then you're going to have to do something. And I guarantee you'll get attention if you disappear,
Yes.
however briefly.
You know, Margaret has even talked to me about this when working with clients. And sometimes
Absolutely.
in situations with clients that refuse to do something that is in their best interest, you have to say, okay, why don't you come back when you're ready?
Exactly. When you're ready to do this, I'll be here for you, and you're welcome to come back. But if you're not ready right now, that's okay too, and I can't make you do anything.
Yeah.
You know, whenever you're ready is a wonderful phrase, because it conveys the idea that you will be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's respectful and gives the person space. So whenever you're ready.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think I want to share some things that I was thinking about in regards to dating especially. And this one is so important. Number one, I said it to you before we started filming this one and you jumped right all over it.
Yeah.
You have to love yourself first.
You have to love yourself. Now that is the new concept, along with the attitude of gratitude, that we're hearing from every direction. And I truly wonder sometimes if people understand what it means. You have to love yourself. Well, our biggest job as grown-ups is to become the best people we can be. So we have an obligation to take care of ourselves. We want to be giving and supportive to others, but we still need to make decisions to take care of ourselves. That is our first job.
Yeah.
Okay? And people can easily fall into patterns where they worry about everyone else's needs and never their own. Okay? Now, if you grew up in a family that conveyed to you, we're so glad you were born, you're so cute, you're so funny, we think you're just wonderful, then you're not going to have a lot of difficulty loving yourself.
Yeah.
But if you grew up in a family where you didn't hear anything except silence or perhaps criticism every time you did something wrong, 80 people can tell you to love yourself and you're not going to. It really takes some work to think about the messages that you got as a child and to think about how you value yourself now.
Yeah.
Okay? And chances are you're a very nice person who deserves to be taken care of by anyone in their life, and especially you yourself. Okay? So the dictum is true, but it's not as simple as it can sound.
Yeah.
Okay? What's in it for me? What's the best thing for me is not a pair of phrases that often people are taught. We're taught to think about other people's needs first and to feel selfish almost when we think about what's in it for us.
But we have to be selfish.
We have to be.
Part of being a whole, complete human being is being selfish.
That's right.
And thinking about yourself. We're taught when we're little, oh, you're being selfish as being such a horrible thing.
Right.
But you have to be selfish in life, because if you're not taking care of yourself, who's going to take care of you?
No one.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you know, loving yourself means walking away from a situation where you're being mistreated repeatedly.
Right.
And sometimes you could be with somebody that could mistreat you occasionally or have a blow up now and then. People are human. But when it's consistent, you have to get out.
Right. If
Right.
it's destructive to you, you cannot stay there.
And if they're not willing to change or really work on things with you, then you got to go. You have to respect yourself, which is also in line with loving yourself, right? You have to respect
Absolutely.
who you are and realize that if somebody's treating you less than them, or like they're less valuable than they are, or you know what I mean? And it's
Right.
this disparaging
Right.
power, or, you know...
Undercurrent.
Yeah.
That I'm better than you, really. Yeah.
Then you have to say, you know what? This is not good for me.
Right.
This is not good to be in this situation. If you don't care about me enough to talk to me like an adult and treat me like an adult and care about my needs and my feelings and what's important to me and have some empathy, then I gotta leave. Because if somebody's gonna call you names or hurt you and consistently put you down,
or try to control you,
then they don't really love you. They won't love you if they do those things. They're being so selfish and self-absorbed. Right?
Exactly.
So you got to respect yourself. Okay, this is a tough one for a lot of people.
Yes, it is.
This next one here. Leaving when your needs aren't met. Okay, that's really tough for the anxious people.
Already I can hear all the guilt trips. How could you do that? How could you walk away from that situation? I didn't say I walked away from it forever, but I certainly have walked away for now.
That's right. Because it's not reasonable to think that your partner is going to meet your needs all the time.
No.
And it would be unreasonable for you to have to meet their needs all the time, because you both have needs. And you just want to look for something that's balanced, that, you know, can compromise for both of you, to be in a situation where both of you are getting the bulk of your needs met and not some glaring issue that will not get dealt with.
Right.
Okay? So when your needs aren't met, sometimes you just have to walk away. If you say to your boss, I need this so much money to survive on a salary, and they say, we can't do it, you just say, okay, and then you start looking for other jobs, right?
And leave the clippings in the copy machine so the boss will see it. Just so they know.
Okay. Here's another one where you might want to walk away. Well, I think you should. If the relationship is one-sided, okay, and the person, maybe you're dating somebody and the person's continually taking you for granted. You're doing nice things for them all the time.
Yep.
You're always thoughtful, considerate. You're trying to make them happy. And they just take it and they don't care about reciprocating.
Right.
It's not going to be good for you, because if they don't care enough about your needs to reciprocate, what are you getting out of it?
Right.
So that's a really big situation where you got to get out of there if you're the only one investing.
And you have to ask, is this what I deserve? And if the answer is no, then you have to think twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last one I wanted to talk about is just thinking about, you know, I think it's better to walk away from something that's that unhealthy, and, you know, losing that person that isn't really invested in you and caring about you, than staying and holding on to something that gives you so little.
Right.
Which is tough. It's
Yes,
really
it is
tough.
It is tough, and people are often frightened sometimes. There are children involved. There's all kinds of guilt and all kinds of everything. How can you walk away and leave the children? Again, I didn't say I was walking away forever.
Yeah.
I'm doing something desperate to get your attention.
Yeah. And, you know, you got to think about, what are you really losing if you walk away from a situation where you've just been neglected,
Right.
and it just continues to go on and on.
Yeah.
What you're really losing is you're losing out on potential people who might try to give you all those things
Right.
that you're looking for.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, who would want to? And oftentimes a partner can know that and make it difficult for you to leave with all of the guilt trips and so forth and so
Yeah.
on. One of the things I always enjoyed doing as a therapist is, either in group or in individual therapy, to make it clear to people that every time I saw them, I wanted them to say one or two nice things about themselves.
Yeah.
And you would not believe how difficult people find that. And if I were to say to them, I want you to tell me one or two areas that you need to work on, people would have a lengthy list. Okay? But it was very difficult for people to tell you what their good parts are, what their good traits are, what good things they've done.
Yeah.
Because we're taught to be critical.
Yeah, we really are.
Yes, we are.
But sometimes walking away doesn't mean forever.
No.
Sometimes walking away means giving another person, whoever it may be, an opportunity to see, wow, I really do miss this person. I really do regret the way I treated them. I think I better listen to what they need. Because if it's been so one-sided for so long, they can lose sight of how important you were to them.
That's right. That's right.
But then your absence can be very loud, believe it or not.
Oh, yes. Yes. Absolutely. And sometimes it's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
So don't hesitate to do it. And don't feel constrained by all the guilt trips that will be put on you.
Yeah. There's absolutely a lot of power in taking control of your life and figuring out what's best for you and who's going to be best for you and who's going to bring joy to your life and happiness and support and love and all of those positive things, and walking away from people who don't. And sometimes just walking away long enough for them to see that they're going to lose you if they don't do something about it is enough for them to make changes and say, okay, I got to do something about this.
Well, I've heard things like, I knew she was annoyed at me, but I thought it was just that she was just annoyed at me. No, you've badgered her, and so forth and so on.
Yep.
I thought everything was okay. Well, she tells me she tried to tell you that things were not okay. I guess I didn't listen. Mm-hmm. Right? I guess you didn't.
Sometimes you even have to do with this with friends.
Yes, you do. Yeah, absolutely.
I've had a few friends where I've had to do this.
Absolutely.
To get them to see, hey, look, I'm making an effort here, but it's not being reciprocated, so you're not going to continue to have me calling and contacting and seeing what's going on with you unless you're going to make an effort too. And they got the point, and they said something.
They did.
Yeah,
I'm sure they did.
Because, you know, I'm a pretty patient person with my friends, so they knew.
Yep.
But, you know, you got to think about walking away, and, you know, this does go along with no contact.
Yep.
And when somebody breaks up with you, allowing them the space to miss you. You walk away and you're not chasing and begging and pleading and doing everything that you can to, you know, badger them. They'll see, wow, you know what? In time, they usually do really start to miss you.
Why? You know, he or she really meant it. I had no idea why. Yes, you do.
Yep. All right. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, put a like on there. If you want our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Margaret is available for Skype coaching.
If you feel that I can be helpful to you, please feel free to sign up with me.
But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon.